What's going on, everyone? Ash here, and tonight I'm finally going to rant on Dragon Age 2. Been wanting to rant on that game for a long time now, and I'm finally going to do it. Gameplay in the background is Dragon Age Inquisition. I actually was hesitant to get this game because of the fact how bad Dragon Age 2 was, so I was really hesitant. So far from what I'm playing, it looks like there's a lot of improvements with combat, with the characters, just with everything so far. I'm noticing improvements, but hey, I'm still early on to the game, so we'll have to wait and see. But Dragon Age 2, oh god, where do I begin with that game? Well, first and foremost, when the demo came out, I was not impressed with the game. It was pretty mediocre. I mean, the demo itself, it just looked very bland. The combat didn't look interesting at all. So I waited to get Dragon Age 2. Now, Dragon Age Origins, I fucking loved. That game was a lot of fun. It had great replay value. What made it work was its story, because its story had an epic feel to it. Like, the shit, something massive is coming, and you have to get ready for it. You have to get help. The story was just really well done. It really was. It was one of the best stories I've seen in a game. Maybe not the one of the best, but it was a very good story, and it definitely helped with the narrative of the game. And it just Dragon Age Origin I like a lot. That is a game I really enjoyed on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It was a really good game. I really liked it for Dragon Age Origin. Dragon Age 2, again, the demo was not very good, so I hesitated with Dragon Age 2. And then one day at Best Buy's, I saw a copy of Dragon Age 2 for $20. I said, you know what, it's time to finally try Dragon Age 2, because maybe it'll be good. No, it wasn't. Oh boy, where do I begin? Well, let's see. First and foremost, I played about halfway through the game before I turned it off. Let's say that right now. So it says, oh, you should play the whole game. It's because you can't tell, it might have gone better. Well, from what I played, it wasn't getting better, because one of the things I noticed early on they took out was my war dog, which, in the first Dragon Age, when you started the game, you got a war dog. I fucking loved my war dog in Dragon Age Origins. That dog was fucking awesome. I took my war dog everywhere. Literally, he went with me everywhere. I fucking loved my war dog. It was a great dog. I absolutely loved him. And then they took my war dog away, and maybe you get a war dog later on in the game. I have no clue, but there was no war dog, and I was depressed because I fucking loved. Again, I love my war dog, and they took him away like fucking assholes. So there's no war dog. That's the first thing. Second, you eventually set sail on the ship, and you go to a new land. And basically, when you're at that land, it's basically your goal is now to stay at this new city. Okay, my problem is one, it wasn't like this game. This is one of the things I didn't like about Dragon Age 2 was the city itself wasn't really that big. It didn't feel that big. It was actually kind of felt really small. Nowhere near as big as the first game. The first game was just really, it was kind of a really big game, and that's one thing I enjoyed about was how big it was. This one felt a lot smaller, and just didn't have all the, just really didn't feel that massive epicness there was in the first game of the size. It just felt small. The city just felt really small to me. Not to mention the quests we were doing were just a lot of rinse and repeat. It was the same stuff over and over again. I was just like, oh my god, stop this. It drove me nuts with some of the repetitive quests. Not to mention your character. I didn't care about my main character the way I did when in Dragon Age Origins. Like, the character I had, I actually did. The character I had and the characters I was with, I liked a lot. Alistair, despite being the world's biggest tool, I still liked him. I thought he had a good sense of humor. As you guys know, I love the War Dog. Miranda was actually kind of awesome. Bit of a smartass, but awesome. And there was a lot of great characters in the original game. In Dragon Age 2, your characters are just kind of bland and dull. Nothing interesting about them at all. They're kind of boring. They're really boring characters. You have a sister, but who gives a shit? Because she's pointless half the time. So yeah, not very good characters. But what really drove me nuts about the game, and this has to go into the fact that, okay, in Dragon Age 2, before you want to go into the mines to get money. There's these mines you're going to go into to get money so you can get wealthy. You have to go in these mines. I'm thinking, okay, this is where the game's finally going to pick up, and we're going to see the main story hit. That there's something coming that they have to stop, and it's an epic big monster or something. It's something big. That's what I was thinking at first when you went into the mines. Because thinking, okay, so I was basically doing a lot of shit to get into the mines because I was like, once I get in, finally we'll see what this massive the story will finally open, and we'll be able to see this really cool monster, this new villain, and that'll be awesome. And we'll have to get prepared and stuff. I was thinking like that was going to be it. Was going to really lead, and the second half of the game was going to be this kind of getting everything ready. You're going to have to maybe get a few lines. It's kind of like in the first game, but I thought they were going to do something like that. I was really thinking that, especially with the way it was. You kind of just it was kind of setting up like that. It really was. And well, I worked my ass off and got into those mines. God, it was a pain in the ass getting into the mines. Uh, so when I got into the mines, well, your sister dies, spoiler alert, and you get rich. And then there's nothing epic, there's no ultimate, there's no evil that's gonna come, you have to stop, nothing like that. It's just, oh, I went into the mines, and I got rich. And we're going to continue with this story. There was no real story, just bullshit. And this is the problem right here, is that there's just... It was when I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. It drove, because again, I feel like there's no real... The problem with Dragon Age 2 is... It doesn't really feel like there's much of a story going on in the game. That's one thing I really feel like. There's just no real story. It just feels more of the... It's hard to really describe. It doesn't feel like there's not really that epicness the first Dragon Age gave me. This one doesn't really have that. It's just kind of bland and it's kind of boring. I mean, graphically it looks pretty good. The game graphically looks good. I'll give it that. I think it's good graphics. But the characters, the story just don't work. The combat system was really rough, honestly. It felt like it was trying to be more like a Demon Souls type combat system. Like they were trying to be more action-oriented combat. And that's what it felt like to me, is like they were trying to be more action-oriented. With a game like Dragon Age, the first Dragon Age, you didn't need to be that action, like that type of... You didn't need that combat. The first combat system in the original Dragon Age was fine. I liked it. I liked that combat system. I liked all those elements. I wish they did not fucking change the combat system. I mean, or if they're going to change it, do a Demon Souls type combat system. I'll say in Inquisition, the combat system, I still prefer the original Dragon Age Origins combat system. I still thought that was the best. But I don't mind this combat system that much so far. It is, however, wait and see. Again, I'm early on the game, so I don't know yet. The game is looking promising. I say about Inquisition right now, it is looking pretty promising. But Dragon Age 2 was such a disappointment. I mean, halfway through, I realized this is getting repetitive. There's no grand story here. It's just rinse and repeat cycle of side mission. It felt more like a game. It felt more like a bunch of side missions than an actual game. I was playing nothing but side missions all the time than anything with an actual game or story in it. And again, it's disappointing because the first Dragon Age was such a good game. I loved the first Dragon Age so much. So I was hoping this Dragon Age, like Dragon Age 2, would really do something different, go deeper into the lore of Dragon Age, maybe do a lot more stuff than the first one did. Than doing it that. Which is sad. The game in general was just... Didn't care for Dragon Age 2, honest truth. And hopefully, Inquisition, I've heard, this got Game of the Year awards. It was one of the nominees for Game of the Year. It won a lot of Game of the Year awards. That and Shadow of Mordor. Basically, Shadow of Mordor and Dragon Age Inquisition were the two best games of 2014. And Shadow of Mordor is one of my favorite next-gen games. I fucking love Shadow of Mordor, and I'll eventually talk more about that game later. But so I am really hoping this game is just Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm hoping that this game is really, really good. I've literally, because of how bad Dragon Age 2 was, I've been postponing this game just because I was like so hesitant with Dragon Age 2. Yeah, I'll probably talk about more stuff later, about more games later. But I really want to talk about Dragon Age 2. I don't like that game. Didn't like what they did with it. I thought they fucked up a lot of things, and I'm really hoping Inquisition is a major improvement over Dragon Age 2. And so from what I see, it's looking like it's going to be a good improvement. So we'll wait and see. Anyways, what's your guys' thoughts on Dragon Age 2? Did you like it? Did you like it better than Origins? Or did you think it was crap and Origins was better? And what are your thoughts on Inquisition so far? Don't tell me anything because I'm still playing the game. I'm just early on, so just please keep everything kind of. Don't say much. If you know anything's gonna just kind of keep everything quiet right now. But anyways, yeah. This is Ash saying so long. I'm out. Good night.